Hey guys, I'm back. Rugged and Ruthless is back on the map. You can follow us anywhere at ruggedandruthless.com. Today I'm joined with Jason from Do Hard Shit, or Do Hard SHT for for those young viewers we have there. Say, Jason, I've known him for a while. Damn, that was a big fish. I've known this guy for a while at Adventure Unknown. I met him there. Actually, he gave me my first walkthrough, kind of, because we were in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
I follow him on all social media. You can follow him. Where do you want him to follow you?
Coach J Fry,
Coach
all
J
social.
Fry. Cool. Because with him, it's always Friday.
It's always Friday.
I love that, by the way.
Every day's Friday.
Every day's Friday. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. For me, it is, at least. But, so he was doing this 40 mile or 40K?
40 mile.
40-mile ruck. And at Rugged and Ruthless, we like to talk about people doing rugged and ruthless shit. Let's be real here. The old ways of the studio are gone. We're going to be in this. We're going to be where I feel comfortable, where my studio is, which is in the woods, down by the river, down by a pond, lake, fishing, hunting. But Jason, man, you rolled through that 40-miler. And I was following you, as you were posting. And I was trying to give you words of advice, but at that moment, by about 30 in, you were like, okay, I just want to get this done. How did you make it through it? Like, tell me how this all began.
Let's start with how we were doing. The way we got through it was actually humor. That was the biggest thing. And I had a Green Beret tell me, he's like, hey man, no matter what, keep everything as funny as possible in order to get through those hard moments. And so we had 3 of us going at one time. We had some people going in Texas. We had some people going in Washington on their own, but we were going through and we were just trying to keep it as light, as funny as possible in order to make it. And I'll tell you, mile 12, mile 23, mile 34, those 3 miles were the hardest miles that we had.
Quarter marks, like where the marks were?
It just seemed like, well, based on the watch, it seemed like those were just the most difficult ones possible. And it was, all right, how can we be as silly as possible, bring the jokes, do whatever we can to make this mood just a little bit better. Because it sucks. It literally is just, let's keep walking. Let's just keep going a little bit more. And the only way to do that is to kind of have that support, have that mentality that it is just, I just got to get to the next light post. I got to get to the next hour mark, whatever it is. So that was kind of how we did it. We used humor. The way it started was the idea that, everybody's going through something hard. Everybody. Mm-hmm. There's not a person in this world that's not going through one thing that's really difficult for them, whether it's mental, whether it's physical, whether it's struggling, they lost somebody, whether it's, struggling with, I've got cancer, whether it's, a single mom or a single dad trying to make it through. And, I knew everybody did, but, suicide rate's really high. Mental health is just going down the drain. And it's one of those things, like if we were reminded that everybody was doing it, that you're not alone in whatever it is that you're doing, you end up making it more. And in fact, if you have that community, then your success rate skyrockets. Well, that was the purpose. That's what we wanted to do. And so doing hard shit every quarter was the piece that we wanted to do. So it started with the 40-mile ruck, which probably based on our numbers, it should have been third in. But we started with the hardest freaking thing possible. And now that means the next one, which is the mountain climb. Hopefully that means it's a little bit easier than 40 miles.
Well, I can see that because, my mentality on life is you don't know how far you can push yourself until you push yourself to that limit. Yeah. And even if you go 1 extra step or 10 extra steps in life, with anything, you don't know how far you can push yourself. And once you hit that threshold, everything behind it seems a lot easier. And, I try to give you humor all the time. I do. I'm not the best advice person, but when I do give advice, it's sometimes okay. And that's loud as shit. It is what it is, I guess. We are down at, I don't even know what park we're at, but it's a good park. But one thing that I try to do is I call it leveling up. You play a game, you got to build up so much XP, and then you got to level up. Mm-hmm. So I try to level up. I don't know what level I'm on. I really don't care. But like when you came to me and we were talking, we were sitting in Adventure Unknown in that conference room and with the Do Hard Shit, the logo, and I'm like, dude, just do it this way or do it that way. One thing I was respected about you is you never said, no, I don't like that. Mm-hmm. You were always like, okay, I could look at it. And you can always do that. I need people around my circle that are going to bring me up, not keep me at the same level. So like when I do my rugged and ruthless, when I'm out there in the freezing cold water, or I'm carrying 200 pounds worth of gear to go to a duck hunting spot a mile and a half away, I look at my feet. Because if I always follow my feet, they'll always get me where I need to be. So I'm keeping it humor. I do complain a lot, like, why in the hell do we put ourselves through this stuff? But sometimes just following your feet will get you where you need.
Yeah.
One extra step is another step. So, okay, I just did that step. Why can't I do another one? And then so on and so forth. And then when you were starting your Do Hardship venture, I'm like, dude, this is awesome.
Yeah.
We need to collab. We need to do stuff. And that was a couple months ago now.
That was.
A couple months ago. Now, I mean, I'm glad I could get you on the show, but I took a hiatus for a while. So now that we're here, dude. We're sitting down at this park, watching guys jet ski. I don't know why, but I mean, you do you, man.
It's summertime, baby.
When has it been summertime yet? Like, let's be real. We're in the rainy season for the last like 4 months.
Yeah.
Like if we came here a week and a half ago, we would have been underwater.
Yeah.
But on that, so on your day to day, like, okay, so when, part of being rugged and ruthless, there's always challenges throughout the day. And I'm a firm believer of that. I try to push myself until I fall asleep.
Yeah.
Which necessarily isn't a good thing sometimes because it just leads to more stress. But that's how I live my life. That's how I always have. But in that same sense, when you get up, what does your average day look like? How you push yourself, how you get that rugged and ruthless mentality. How do you start your day doing that?
Oh man, I start my day at 4:30. The alarm clock goes off, and then I go to breath work. And it's only 3 minutes worth of breath work just to wake up and excite the body, get it moving.
Mm-hmm.
I chug my water, and then I go to the gym. And that's the intent, is to wake up hopefully refreshed, so that, just like you said, my goal at the end of the day is to be able to just fall and go to sleep. That's the goal. And so if I can do that, and I can start my day with the breath work, with the workout, there's no doubt I'm going to fall asleep. So it just becomes, okay, well, what am I going to do the rest of the day? My goal is the morning time, when it's 4:30 all the way till 7:30. That's hours for me. I'm so focused on serving other people that if I don't focus on me those 3 hours, then I'm screwed, right?
That's fair.
I can't fill my cup if I don't ever put the time for me. So if that is the case, and I don't get my workouts, I don't get my breath work, I don't get my journaling, if I don't do any of that, then I'm actually downgrading, and I'm not able to give you my best. So that's the whole focus, is I want to serve others the best way I can, but if I don't serve me first, then I can't.
That's fair, because my day is similar. I get up dark stupid in the morning. First thing I do is, before I check my phone, I get up, I'll go to the bathroom, and I have my prayer time. I pray. And I'm not praying like for world peace. I'm praying just to make it through that day.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, thanks for getting me up.
Yeah.
If there's an obstacle, help me move it. I don't want you to do it for me. I want to do it.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'm big about, is, after I had my godly experience, which everybody has noticed it since I've changed, I'm like, okay, I need to give that peace to God. And I was never the most religious person, as you know. You saw me before and after when I was drinking all the time, I was doing all that stuff. Well, I don't really do that as much.
Yeah.
Because I said, okay, there's something bigger than me pushing me. Why am I resisting the push?
Mm-hmm.
And so people around me know that I'm going to push them to their best. I'm not the nicest about it, though. That's one thing that I get told I'm an asshole all the time. But respect is respect. If you're having a rough day, you don't need somebody to coddle you and slap you on the butt. It'll be okay. Get your ass up and get it done. Like, you're the one that's stopping you. Why do I have to deal with that?
Yeah.
Give me the best of you, and I'll give you the best of me. And so I agree with you on that. Like, we do it differently, but it's very similar. I don't go to the gym. I go outside. I get out in nature. That to me is like, that's where I heal. It's like, I am not a nature freak. At least I thought I am. Like, this is healing to me.
Yeah.
Fresh air, seeing the nature of everything, and then saying, okay, I got this, because this was formed well before I was there. It's going to be there long after I'm there. Yeah. So I'm going to make my mark on it. And that's how I live my life. So that's where you and I are very similar. And I am very particular who I have. I always tell my friends, I don't have a circle of friends. I have a straight line. I go straight to them when I need that. I go to Ray. Ray, dude, I need you to put this real to me. I go to you for the motivation. I go to people. It's a straight line for me. It's not a circle.
Yeah.
When we get together, we feed off each other. We have a great time. It's awesome. But I'd rather one-on-one, because quality time means more to me than an abundance of it. So like when we hang out, we'll sit and talk. I mean, you're trying to, while I was kind of in and out there for a while, you were trying to lock me down. Sorry about that. I was trying to figure things out. But now it's like, fucking dude, I'm in it. Yeah. I'm in it now. It's like, all right, Do hard shit. Tell them the story on how the logo. We got to tell the story on the logo. The do hard shit.
Yeah.
What did you end up changing it whenever for the kids version for your kids shirt? I said do hard something. You're like, oh, that's great. I forget what it was.
Well, no, it was the outline. So you made it look so much better. It was the idea of I had bars, and you were like, well, don't do the bars. Do it this way. And you helped me with the star placement, and just you made it look and flow so much smoother.
I do like the border. I'm kind of growing on the border around it.
Yeah.
You guys can find his stuff, Coach Ryan. Go find him, dude. You'll see what we're talking about. But also because you said your kid wanted to wear one of the shirts. I'm like, well, keep it the same. I said, do hard something. I said something, and I look back. I'm like, I don't know where that came. Remember, I said you wanted to wear a shirt. I said, well, don't say that. You could just change it to this. You're like,
yeah,
brilliant. And I just kept walking. Like it was like a 20-second interaction. Like it was like, just change it to this. And I just kept walking. Now my son wants Rugged and Ruthless, but I don't want the bear shit in the woods on that. Went for his. Like I have multiple logos now. You guys can see here this is the logo for the generic, but Duck Blind Mafia still Duck Blind Mafia. We're still doing that with the camo and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's funny how we constantly are bouncing off of each other, but we're constantly bouncing off of each other too. It's like, hey, I got an idea. That's awesome. No, don't do that. But you tell me the same thing. So it's like, but we never sit down and have like a full meeting. I think this is the longest we've actually sat down and talked. Like seriously.
Outside of that first day.
Outside of that first day, yeah. I think this is the longest we've actually sat down and talked. But it's always like, hey, I got an idea. You'll text me out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Text you back, hey. And that's how it is. But those are good relationships.
Yeah.
You need, hey, if you called me and said, hey, I need motivation, I said, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
And I follow your stuff. Like, okay, he's doing this today. That means I can do this over here. And that's, I feed up with you without even realizing it. Like, okay, I need my motivation. I'll get on Facebook or I'll get on whatever. And you're out at the gym, you and Joe and all that stuff. I'm like, man, y'all too hardcore for me. I'd love to ruck, but my knees and ankles will not take it anymore.
You already did it. And
in the Army, I did that. Yeah, that's not wrong.
And one of the things that you just touched on that I hope everybody listening focuses on is the fact of understanding the people that give energy.
Yep.
Right.
I agree with that.
So if you see on your social media feed the people who actually suck the energy, you look at somebody and you just want to play the comparison game, which I'm actually all for in terms of, okay, I got to compare myself with where I'm at. And I know that they were where I was at.
Yep.
And so I still got to try to take these action steps to get there. I don't want to have this idea of if they suck the energy out, well, I'll never be like them. And then I go with an instant energy drain. I need to take them off. I don't want them in my social media feed.
That's why I don't have the circle. I have the straight line because I go to those people for that same exact reason.
Exactly. And that's the focus. So, even if it is 30-second interactions, if they're 30-second interactions of energy giving, that like you said, that's Jesus, that's God pushing you to the level that you know that you're capable of. And if you don't have those, then it's time to find those people, or it's time to eliminate. I'm all about eliminating the people that actually.
Yeah, we call it cut sling load. I do the same thing. I'm cutting sling load. I don't have time for it. I'm cutting it. Like I don't have time for it anymore.
Yeah.
We're not young anymore, Jason. I mean, well, you're picking up, like what I was saying before. When I should be slowing down, I'm speeding up. You're doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard, that energy. It's hard to find people like, hey, Jason, I got an idea for this and this. And you're like, okay, like we were talking about just a minute ago before we were rolling. I said, perspective and perception.
Mm-hmm.
They walk the same line a lot of times, but I can look at somebody's perspective, but how I perceive it's different. But they follow each other, but then they Y off. And when they do, perspective and perception, it changes the way. And then perseverance gets in there because you got to beat both of them in a lot of ways. I love to do hard shit because you've known me for a minute. Do I do anything easy? I find the toughest road. I take the machine. I pave the path.
Yeah.
Because then it makes somebody else's life easier. I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for me just as much. But if it makes their life easier, that's a great byproduct.
Yeah.
But I'm going to keep pushing forward.
Mm-hmm.
I spent a lot of my life following other people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're doing this, whether it be a relationship or whatever. I was following. God didn't design me to be a follower. He designed me to be a leader. So when I started embracing that, my mental load went down.
Mm-hmm.
My anxiety went down because I was doing what I was designed to do. A lot of people, like especially with work, like this is one thing I don't understand. People hate their jobs. They hate this. They hate the relationship, and they sit there. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite sayings is, just because you're walking through hell doesn't mean you have to stop. But these people are like, well, I can never get anywhere. You're the only person stopping you.
Mm-hmm.
And I get frustrated at that. It's like, why, I had a guy yesterday tell me, he comes up to me, he's like, I want to get into this business. Like, okay, why don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not like you. What do you mean? You're just like I was. Well, where I'm at now, it's like, okay, well, that came, luck looks a lot like hard work. I had to work to that. But I was just in the same spot. I was in a job in staffing. I hated it all. Then one day I woke up and said, okay, why am I stopping myself?
Yeah.
I don't like where I live. Okay, find a different job, work hard to find it. Everybody makes so many freaking excuses on why they can't do something.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, they're already defeated because they don't have the mentality to go forward. And that's why you and I click, because it's mental.
Yeah.
98% of what you do is mental. And I sit there and I'm like, dude, why are you complaining? I've told people, shut the fuck up. I'm tired of hearing you complain because you keep putting yourself back in the same situation. Don't come crying to me because you don't change your life.
Yeah.
Don't. That's your fault. Stop coming to me as you're downtrodden. Oh, I'm so guilty. And you're deep in melancholy. You're doing it to you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, here's the tools. Here's how you can do it. You just have to work a little harder here. But I'm already tired. Think I'm not fucking tired?
Yeah.
I mean, you know me. I'm up at burning the midnight oil, and I'm up with you in the morning. Not literally, but like I'm up at the same time. Like I got up at 6 this morning. It was great. I slept in.
I was sleeping.
Most people didn't even start their day until 9. I'm already, I slept in at 6.
Yeah.
I slept till 6 a.m. I was up at 4:43. That's when I woke up. I looked at the clock. Said, I don't have to meet you till 10. I laid there, started thinking about what I got to do for the day. I'm like, okay, I got this covered. And I dozed back off for about another, at that point, probably 30 minutes. I woke up great.
Yeah.
Ready, motivated, trying to hit that world. That's why you and I get along, because it's like, okay, why are you stopping yourself? Like, quit bitching about it. Just move forward.
Yeah, completely agree. And, that's the piece that's slowing them down. We call it a 24-hour rule. You get 24 hours to sulk.
Yep.
But after that, you can't bring it up again.
Yep.
And so if you can have that, all right, well, hey, I didn't get the job. Pity me. Okay, go have your drink. That's fine. But you get 24 hours. Yep. And then after that, it's a move forward. What are the actions that I need to take in order to get that job? Like, what did I not do in order to get that job? Somebody else got it. Well, what did he do? Well, chances are he did X, Y, and Z. Well, if I do X, Y, and Z, then I have a chance at moving that promotion and then getting the higher promotion, getting the better one because of the result that I responded in that way.
Yep.
The other piece, too, that so many people aren't thinking about is I believe God places somebody in your life that can move you to whatever's next.
Yep.
One person. So you can examine your circle. And if there's nobody, well, then you need to go a bigger circle and see there's somebody that can help take you there. And if you're not looking, if you're not having those conversations with those people, it's not going to happen. You're not going to elevate.
Well, I look at it, so the way I live it, similar grounds, I say blessings and lessons. And people conflate the two. I had people in my life, relationships, things like that, where they were the blessing was the lesson.
Mm-hmm.
People want that black or white. God give me this. God give me this, and then God gives it to you, and then you don't know what to do with it. Mm-hmm. Well, every trial and tribulation I've had my entire life, I sit back and I say, was that a blessing or was that a lesson? Sometimes the blessing was the blessing. Mm-hmm. Sometimes the blessing, vice versa. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I said, what can I learn from it? I don't have hard days. I have hard lessons. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I've been in breakups. I've done all that crap. We all have. I mean, we're human. But I'm like, okay, what can I learn from this? Okay, I screwed this up here. I'm not going to screw it up there.
Yeah.
But I try to tell people there's 2 times when people want to change. When they have to or they want to. Nothing's going to come to you if you do neither. Mm-hmm. If you don't put yourself in hard situations, you don't know how to react to them. And you don't know how to be better. If you don't put yourself in good situations, you don't realize what happiness is in order to strive for that again. So for me, I live my life the way I fucking want to. If something hurts me, I may have a scar. And I can always look at that scar and say, you know what? I learned from that.
Yeah.
Perspective and perception. People want things given to them. When has anything been given to anybody in their life?
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if it's like somebody handed you $1,000, what did you have to do to earn that $1,000? I watch these people all the time, and I because people come to me naturally and want to talk. And one of the things I've noticed is that people are going for those promotions at a job they hate.
Yeah.
Okay, why did you work harder at another job where you were happy? Mm-hmm. I started my business of something I loved, and it was not rainbows and unicorns. You see me struggle nonstop. Knock it off, Mikey. You see me struggling nonstop. But what keeps me going? because I can do better today.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I've taken more losses and more licks than I can count, but I stood my ass back up. I'm tired of one thing, and I'm not trying to rant and rave here, but I'm tired of people complaining when they have the tools to change it.
Yeah.
Some people are worker bees. Some people are followers. Everybody is designed by God for something. When you find yourself in that spot, don't try to change it. And if you're happy, keep being happy, but just keep pushing yourself further.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, that's life.
Yeah. Yeah. And you touched on, people asking things or praying for things. You pray, God, I just need more patience. All right. What is God give you? Yep. He's not giving you more patience. He's giving you the situations where you have to practice more patience.
I talk about that a lot.
It's going to happen.
You want courage, you get put in a place where you have to be courageous.
Exactly.
Evan Almighty, Morgan Freeman, greatest words of advice. When he's sitting there talking, he goes, somebody prays for family to be closer. God's not going to zap you with those feelings. He's going to give you the opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah.
God doesn't give you what you ask for. He gives you the trials and tribulation to achieve it yourself, because then you'll always be at peace.
Yeah.
That's it. And
if
you're deserving.
If you do it. So you want a closer family, well, guess what? You get the situation where now it's Jerry Springer at Thanksgiving at your house. That was your situation.
But that's kind of fun
for your chance. Oh, it is fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna wrong. If a train's gonna wreck, I want to watch it. Right. But in the same sense, I'll be the first one there to help anybody that's in there. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you just have to sit back and let people fail.
Yeah. Yes.
Because you learn more from failing than you do from winning.
Yes.
I fail 98% of the time.
Yeah.
I take pride in that.
Yeah.
Because nothing's hard to me anymore.
Yeah.
Life is hard. Me doing my business, you doing your stuff, starting it out, us collaborating in those 30-second increments. Perspective.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I just got help there. Or if I'm needing a boost of dopamine, I'm not going to go do drugs. I'm not going to go drink. I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to follow the people that give that to me in a ethical, awesome way. That's why I have my small group of friends. Billy, Ray, Travis. I need something from one of them, I go to them.
Yeah.
I need motivation, I go to you. I go to Joe. I go to those guys. I need to see somebody that's crabby ass all the time. I love you though, Scott. Scott, I follow him. But the guy's a genius when it comes to business shit.
Yeah.
Just because somebody is rough around the edges doesn't mean they didn't earn that roughness.
Right.
And it's like, okay, that's who you are, because you've been burned a bunch of times. I understand it. People want to say, oh, they don't like me. I don't give a fuck if you don't like me.
Right.
That I said to Scott the other day, and I said, man, we had some issues or whatever. And he's like, I've never heard a bad thing about you. Yeah, you're upfront, it's personal. You kind of tell people how it is, but nobody ever complained about it because they know that's me genuinely.
Yeah.
If somebody comes in there is nice and then bashing on puppies or something, it's false. At least I am who I am.
Yeah.
You are who you are. Scott's who he is. I don't trust anybody else that's not. I don't care if you're rough around this. I don't care if you're a total dick to me. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'm not losing sleep over how you feel about me.
Right.
And that's one of my big issues. Like, oh, they don't like me. So there's a reason why they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
If I can get over it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my thing is suck it up, buttercup. That's my whole thing. Suck it up, buttercup. I don't have time for your nonsense. Or, hey, I'm in a bad way. Well, piss poor planning on your part doesn't constitute an emergency on mine. If you made your bed that way, now you have to lay in it. Figure the shit out.
Yeah.
The more I realize that I'm kind of an asshole. Like, I'm kind to the people, but I'm like, when I say that, I mean, I say that to my family. It's, what the fuck do you want me to do about it?
Yeah.
Well, this happened. Okay. Figure it out.
Right.
I mean, you see how I treat my son. I do the same thing to him too. Well, Dad, this hurt. Well, why did you do it? Well, I was trying this. You learned a lesson, didn't you? Yeah. Don't do it again.
Yeah.
Why is that so hard to figure out? I'm teaching my son. He's innovative, but he fails all the time. Well, Dad, this didn't work. Yeah. Do it a different way next time, dude. I don't know what to fucking tell you. Like, I don't have anything more to tell you.
Yeah.
I can't tie my shoes. Well, you're going to figure it out at some point, so now's the better time than ever.
Yeah.
It's hard, but once you learn it, everything behind it is easier. You can't get that way if you're not pushing forward. And it's so frustrating to me.
Yeah, my first speaking engagement, I was speaking to the undercover agents for the DEA. And this was for all of the state of Indiana. And so that's like my first big one. And
were you nervous?
My agreement, absolutely.
Well, how'd you push through it?
Well, I practiced and I did it.
You stand in front of the mirror naked and do all that stuff? Or did you just get up and say, this is how I'm going to do it and roll with it? I don't mean that to be smart.
No.
The journey is just as important as the destination.
Absolutely. So my Green Beret, Nick Lavery, who I did the speaking with, he was just like, Jason, I got no expectations of this. You're going to F it up. So just know that. Yep. And so it was one of those things that as long as you know, okay, well, If you have zero expectation of how well you're going to do, then that gives you like this ability to, okay, well, I'm going to go perform, because it doesn't matter, and it didn't matter. And he's like, whatever you do, it's all right. Like we're gonna make it up. So if you suck, guess what? We're gonna make it up. If you mess up, guess what? I'll make it up on the back end. And so it was just one of those things. All right, well, that gave me confidence, and I went out there, and I've been enough behind a camera that speaking to somebody, or to me, it's just coaching. I'm just coaching to these people instead of, hey man, you're delivering a major keynote speaker. No, I'm coaching these people up. And so as long as I saw it that way, that made it a whole lot easier for me to go out there and perform. I also, key tip, I just looked for the guy who was nodding. That's it. And when I saw him, anytime I felt like somebody over here was dozing off, or, oh, I got to hit them. No, I'm going to go back to the guy who's paying attention.
Yeah, you're talking to the person that's listening.
And boom.
Yeah.
And so it was one of those things that, what the military calls it, FIFO, right? So figure it the F out.
Yeah. You can say figure it the fuck out.
Yeah, there you go. He says it for me. And so it's one of those things, like, that's what you have to do. And that's what you're preaching. Like, I'm not going to help you. Figure it out. What's the next step? What do you need to do? And most people just don't stop. They don't pause and go, what do I need to do to move forward? What's that one action? Oh, well, maybe it's 5 more phone calls. Maybe it's examining my decision tree that I did in order to do that. Like, did I not rep enough for the presentation? Did I choose to go get drinks at the bar instead of being at the hotel room practicing my presentation? Did I try it in front of my wife? Did I try it in front of somebody? What objections did I prepare for? So many of these things that we can ask ourselves in order to help us move forward, so that we can do that. But it's figure it out.
Yeah, and for a lot of people, they want it handed to them. Good instance, I was trying to put this ball thing together for my son for like a soccer stuff, whatever. And I'm sitting there trying to put it together, and it's not working. And it was like literally like 10 pieces. I'm like, something's not right here. So then I disassembled the whole thing. And this is like the perseverance part. I disassembled it. It's okay. I'm going to go through every piece step by step. I'm going to slow down.
Yeah.
Went through. Realized one piece didn't have a drill hole through it, so it wouldn't work. Like, it was just a faulty piece. I've tried it 3 times, 3 different ways, and the same result. Okay, that failure is a result.
Yeah.
It is something that you learn from. It's like, okay, there's something right here. So I started looking. I looked it up online. I'm like, they're missing 1 screw hole. So the whole thing is going to work. That's something about life. You can do all the right work, and I preach about this in my other stuff. When you're duck hunting, you can have the decoys in the right spot. The wind can be right. It can be a cloudy day. Everything's perfect, and the ducks just aren't flying.
They just don't come.
You did all that work for 0 result. People are like, oh, I failed. Mm-hmm. No, that 0 result was a result. That was something to learn from. Mm-hmm. People want to give up. It's like, stop giving the fuck up. Yeah. I don't care that you failed. What I care about is if you failed and then stopped.
Yeah.
That's what I care about. If you failed and kept going, that to me is respectful. It's not failure. You learn something. Yeah. When people say, oh, this doesn't work, they throw it down, they walk away from it, sits in the basement.
Yeah.
That's failure because you allowed it to rule your life. You allowed it, I quit.
Yeah.
Never quit.
Yeah.
My mom used to say, we don't use the word don't or can't. Mm-hmm. I can't do something. She goes, sure as shit, if you say can't, then that's the wrong answer. Mm-hmm. That's your mentality. That's how my mom raised me. Yeah. We don't say can't.
Yeah.
I don't do something. That means you're closing yourself off to opportunities. She said, always say yes, unless it's going to, it's going to screw you. She goes, even then, say yes now and again. Mm-hmm. Why? Because you may learn that this is actually where you need to be, but you said, oh, you've already predetermined that it was wrong.
Yeah.
People just don't realize it.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like, don't say can't. It just stops you.
Mm-hmm.
When have you ever heard me say no? Think about that. I asked Scott that the other day, and I asked Corey that. When have I ever said no?
Yeah.
I always say, sure, I'll try. Or sometimes I go in knowing the battle's already lost.
Yeah.
But it's about me pushing forward. Again, because it all comes back to your mental pause, your mental, like, I need to do this. Mm-hmm. We meditate differently. You go to the gym. I walk the woods. Yeah. I go arrowhead hunting. It was the first thing I did when we got here. I'm like, man, look, there's probably some good arrowheads down here. That's what I do. Mm-hmm. It don't work for you. It doesn't work for you. But that's okay.
Yeah.
God made everybody different.
Yeah.
Tower of Babel, he made everybody have a different language, so they had to work through their problems.
Yeah.
And he didn't want them to reach heaven, so he just knocked the thing down. But that's a different story in itself. I mean, it's kind of the same. It's kind of about, whatever. But other than that, how's life been treating you?
Oh, really good. really, it's been a blessing. As a dad, it's really hard. My kid just went to a basketball camp, and this basketball camp was a whole lot more elite than he was used to.
Okay.
And so he was extremely humbled. And we're talking like 120 kids in the camp. Well, he's probably ranked 119.
Okay.
And as a dad, and as a dad, I'm sitting here going, I fight two things. A, I know how good it is for him.
Mm-hmm.
And B, you don't want to see your kid fail. It's like the hardest thing of just knowing that your kid sucks at something and he's getting his ass kicked. And that part, I knew that I needed him to. I know that I do. But it's still, you still sit there and you see him sad. You see him brokenhearted. Your kid gets their first breakup. You had your first breakup and you remember of how that.
You'll always remember that
feeling was. And so like I sat there and I put myself in those positions to where I always got my ass kicked when I was later on in life. So after high school,
yep.
I put myself on the basketball court where I would have what he felt. But that was the first time he's done that. That was his first time of failure and experiencing, dude, these guys are on a different level. Now, he was playing up 2 levels, but
yep.
That's still a very, very hard thing. So I battled with that.
24 hours.
It was
Take
something.
That defeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the lesson. So we talked about it, and guess what? He hasn't missed a driveway session in terms of putting shots up since. So, like sometimes we need that ass kick, and sometimes we need that, hey, I got to put myself in a position, like you said earlier, on reaching that potential. But if I play against scrubs all the time, I'll never reach my potential. If I don't go on a 40-mile ruck, I did that because I wanted to see if I would stop. That was honestly my main reason. I wanted to see if I would quit. And I didn't. I didn't. I was fortunate, and having community with me helped a ton. But still, you're still going to get hit. It doesn't matter if you have community or not. You're still going to get hit with, should I quit?
But here's the thing. Here's what I think you should do. I think you should do that ruck again, but by yourself.
Yeah.
And the only reason I say that is because to dig deep, yeah, it's great with humor, but now you've got to fight those inner demons. And you got to let them out. Like, that's one thing I tell people. I have inner demons. The thing is, I can fight them or I can turn around and look at them.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather turn around and look at them.
Yeah.
I'd rather face them head on. Next time, do it by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a conversation I had up here on doing that. So that will
but the thing is, though, it's also you have to find yourself. And, granted, with your other people, that's a great crutch. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Yeah, sometimes a crutch helps you through anything. You break your leg, crutch helps. But a blind man, if he saw again, what was the first thing he would throw away? The cane that walked him. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. That would be the first thing. The thing that helped him the most is the first thing he'd throw away.
Yeah.
Next time, do it by yourself and say, okay, how am I going to fight me?
Yeah.
That's why I go golfing by myself.
Yeah.
And everybody laughs. I mean, yeah, I love to golf. I'm not the best at it, but I go out and I make sure, like, you go to a country club, like, oh, we're going to pair you. I don't want to be paired.
Yeah.
If I have to pay extra money for another slot, I don't want to be paired because I want to fight me.
Yeah.
Because if I'm fighting me, my mental side, we're going back and forth. You should have had that shot.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, it's also says, okay, it gives you peace.
Yeah.
I did this for me.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people always want to surround themselves with these people that bring them up. And I do it on occasion, too, because sometimes you need it. But sometimes you just have to turn around and face your demons.
Yep.
Next time, do it by yourself. Maybe not in a 40-miler. I don't know. I think you should. Matter of fact, do the 40-miler.
40 miles sounds about right.
I mean, like, I love to swim.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Love swimming. But I don't swim anymore. One, because I'm fat and I float too much. That's kind of a problem. But I'm dropping weight. Give me some credit. I have been dropping weight. I've been throwing down some weight. But in that same sense, I'm like, I got to the point where same thing with a lot of things in my life. I got to the point where I was so good at it that it was no longer pushing me.
Right.
So I did something else. My buddy Ray says it the best. He goes, if I'm the smartest person in my group, I need to find another group.
Correct. Yeah.
Because I need to feel dumb in order to get smarter.
Mm-hmm.
I need to work harder doing this in order to be the next. I need to put myself, like you said, put yourself in those situations. Yeah. I do all the time.
Yeah.
So I live my life. Hell with it. Why wouldn't I push myself? You only get maybe 70, 80 years. Yeah. If you're lucky, you get to 100. Yeah. That's a small group.
They can have it.
Yeah. I told my friends, family, if I ever get to the point where I can't be me and I can't go out with my boots on, let me go. Yeah. Just let me go. Because I said, I'm adventurous. I love to be outside. Yeah. I'm rugged. I mean, the hardest conditions are where I'm smiling the most.
Yeah.
I don't know why God put that in me, but like, I'm not a sit behind the desk person.
Right.
You know, we've done the show in the past, and I've always been in the studio, except for the Uncle Ted episode, a few small ones. And I realized I don't, you know, Punchline Production does a great thing. You know, they do their stuff, and I love them. Follow them at Punchline Productions. Follow their stuff. They have great self-help on there. They really do. They have a lot of people who do great stuff. And I'm the guy with, you know, Cam and I are the ones with the, like, all right, let's go out and get dirty.
Yeah.
Mikey P, he worked for them, and then they split ways all amicably and everything great. And I said, dude, keep coming with me because you're willing to get in the mud with me.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit in the studio.
Yeah.
And so when we revamped the show, like now, I'm like, the old mobile studio here, the old truck, because she goes where I go. She's fast. She'll go through anything, and she never complains.
Yeah.
Every now and again, I got to put gas in her. I got to put a lot of gas in her.
This
TRX drinks it like a bad alcoholic at a bar. But no, I mean, and that's a great thing. And I think us doing this stuff, we met for a reason. And it's very evident at this point.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got anything else you want to add to this?
What you just ended, I think we should end with that. Go get your feet dirty, whatever that is. You know, it can be outside. Just go. Your dirt requires work, like getting those hands dirty, getting those feet dirty, getting that.
As I'm dirt on my fingernails, I got you.
You know, so that's probably my ending piece is wherever you're at, go get your feet dirty, which means go put in some serious work, and we don't want it behind the desk. Take it somewhere else. Have a conversation outside.
Do hard shit.
Do some hard shit. Do something that's going to push you to a level. It's not fun by any stretch of the imagination. Doing hard stuff is actually sucks. But it's like who you become as a result. That's the thing I'm working for. I'm working for what's going to happen if I just keep pushing, keep doing the hard shit, and what's going to happen afterwards. So that's kind of
everything seems easy. Once you do the hard stuff, everything that you thought was hard before becomes easier.
Yeah.
And then life becomes easier because you're doing the hard stuff. And it's like a bittersweet. It's like a baker. He gets all these ingredients, spends all his time baking the cake for somebody else to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, though, but it's sweet. To them, they did the work to buy it. Yep. He did the work to create it. Now you guys are a collaboration. You did it together without even realizing that's how you did it. And you're like, I saw this guy on TikTok. He's a pastor. I wish I could promote you on this. But he goes, the plum tree doesn't need anything but water. And it grows this wonderful fruit. The plum tree does not grow the plums for himself. He goes for the hungry people passing by. What you gain is the wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that hit me on another freaking level.
Yeah.
He's a pastor. He's great. It hit me on another. I'm like, oh my God, am I doing this for me? No, I'm doing it for my son. I'm doing it for the people watching. I'm doing it for the people that are afraid to take that extra step. We all did it. Everything you see that has been built, somebody took the initiative, worked hard, failed, took the risk, and did it. Why can't you?
Yeah.
Don't recreate the wheel. Just make it better. And on that note, do hard shit. Tell them where to find you and follow you.
Everything's at Coach J Fry. So whether you're LinkedIn, your Instagram, your Twitter, I don't think it's Twitter anymore. It's X, right?
X, yeah.
Wherever you're at, it's Coach J Fry. And our hope is just to hopefully create enough energy in me so that I can create the energy to help push you and do some hard shit.
And you can find all my stuff at ruggedandruthless.com. We got swag coming out here within this week. Got a female line, men's line. Got hats coming, the whole 9 yards. Camo. Well, the camo is still gonna be Duck Blind Mafia. I'm still keeping it that. That's the OG. The camo and the hunting stuff is still gonna be DBM. Right. Rugged and Ruthless is for anybody, whether it's mountain biking, you're struggling, whatever. You get up every day, you survive. You're rugged and ruthless because sometimes you have to be rugged, sometimes you're ruthless, like me. Sometimes you're always both. Hey, but I'm gonna send a link to his page on the website. Thanks to Punchline Productions for putting this out for us. Thanks for Duck Blind Media for getting us all started. I want to thank all those teachers, veterans, men in blue, men in red, fighting them fires. You guys are the true heroes. We get to honor you. We love you. Keep it real. Peace. And we'll see you at the next episode.